Hi, everybody. A few people ask me why I'm doing, these vlog videos in restaurants. And I kind of want to quickly answer that question. It's been 2 years since we were going through this COVID situation, almost 2 years. And I work at home. I'm privileged enough to be able to work at home, my kind of job. And if I went to the office, which is 100 kilometers away, and it takes me 4 hours back and forth to get to the job, to my office, I'm going to be doing the same thing there that I'll be doing here because I'll be on conf calls all day long, talking with people in other countries because I really don't spend time talking with people or working with people in the country that I'm actually in. It's mainly with other people in other countries. So I'd just be spending 4 hours back and forth, traveling to do the same thing I'm doing at home. And so I'm able to stay at home. And but that means after a period of time, you need to get out, okay? And and it helps keep people motivated. Okay, and I do stay home. Okay, I do not get out unless I need to. Okay, so I don't want to say like I'm going out all the time. Okay, but I'm trying to go out every day for. I need to go out and eat. Okay, I get a lunch card from the company that I need to be able to spend money. My money get they put money on the card and takes money in my salary to eat, so I got to go eat as well, and so I kind of do that too, and it allows me to kind of feel in an environment where I'm able to think other than just being sitting at home. Okay, and and it helps give ideas and so it's and another problem too is if I did go to the office and I did spend those 4 hours going back and forth on the train and the subway. I would have to wear a mask because at the office we're required to wear a mask, even though we're alone in a room or anything. So I'd have to wear a mask, and it'd be more difficult to hear me, and that doesn't help to do these videos. So that doesn't help at all. Better lighting here at home, to be honest. Um, and it's kind of I'm not just an introvert. I'm not just an extrovert. I'm kind of both. And sometimes just being around people, even distanced. Okay, I'm socially distanced here in a corner. This just motivates me to have ideas and to talk, and it makes me feel empathy. Okay. Another thing too is that I really want to respect the front workers. The folks that are working on the front line have to deal with customers all the time. And I try to not be a difficult customer. I try to be a customer that people like to, and people come and they smile, and they see you, so you come in regularly, and no, they just and it motivates them too. And maybe give tips. Sometimes in the restaurants where I can give tips, sometimes you can't do it. It doesn't work in some restaurants. Um, but well, in restaurants, I was kind of giving tips to encourage those those frontline workers. Hey, they're valuable. And and I and heck, I mean, I was at McDonald's, came in here at McDonald's, and I added, actually, put a little. I was using my card. I put a little extra money for the Ronald McDonald thing. It's I, it's this whole COVID thing has really made me rethink what's value and what's important. And I've become to get more generous, not just with my time. I've been generous with my time for the past 30 years on certain topics like minority languages and cultures and all that. I've been very generous with my time, but I'm not a spender. Okay, I'm not a money spender, and that's probably from my childhood. Had to be thrifty and had to be frugal, and that carried on to my adult life too. And I'm not really a spender, but I've just coming out of this COVID. I'm not coming out of the COVID thing. It's COVID's going up and down. Okay, but as I go to restaurants or things, I'm being more generous. I'm just finding that I'm trying to be more generous with a tip or something or some little donation or something because I can. And I think it's changed my perspective. It's changing me. It's changing me, to be honest. And so coming out these restaurants helps me. Um, Again, I'm socially distanced. I'm vaccinated and all that, and I'm keeping my distance, and I wear my mask whenever you can just go to the toilet or even go up and door. I'm wearing my mask. So, being careful with my hands, wash my hands, putting the gel on my hands, and all that kind of stuff too. And and I'm not, scream out loud. So I'm trying to keep the breathing here kind of locally, so it doesn't spread too far. Okay, so I'm conscious of all this, uh, but I think it really has helped me, and it makes me, when I'm giving these videos, it helps me be more transparent, more human. I think if I'm just staying at home and talking, it's like I'm just talking about the topic, okay? But I think about being around, just being in a situation where there's other people, at least a ways away. I hear them talking. I hear what they're talking about. It's an environment where it's a people environment. And what I'm talking about in all these videos is about people, okay? And and I think that helps condition my thinking to make it sound more, yeah, empathetic. I hope so. I hope that's what it does. In some of these videos, I too, on some of the things, I'm a little being very bold on things, and I'm calling out things on some topics, to be honest, and it allows me to do that. And I think that's good. I think that it's, the openness and the transparency is we need more of it in the world, folks. We need more of that. And had a talk with a colleague the other day, and I indicated some frustration, real frustrations I've gone through, and he wrote back to me. Um, that colleague wrote back to me on Saturday, and just said, "Thank you, Jeff, for being so transparent, and the trust that comes from transparency and openness. It's what builds relationships, and it breaks down barriers. I'm really serious. This breaks down barriers, and that's been, I think." Um, I think as I think about my LinkedIn profile, I got a lot of written recommendations. Okay, not these endorsement click things. I got thousands of those. That's fine. Those all say, yeah, I worked in that field, something. But the written endorsements are really strong, um, and I've got over 100 of them, probably 115 or 20 now. I don't know how many, and they all kind of point to the same thing about sharing, about being open. Now, other things I'm not going to share. Like if I'm working on patent stuff, I'm not going to share that information. Okay, right? Um, but I've learned in my key values, and I did a video on that. The key values is to share and to collaborate. It's stronger and more powerful than any kind of knowledge retention and knowledge hoarding. And I practice that. I practice it with my colleagues. I practice it in the industry. I practice it with the peers. I practice it with my, and what I found is that really brings, um, collaboration. It makes it so that people work together. It breaks down the silos. It breaks down the barriers, and it allows for innovation, and it allows for things to happen and progress and advance rather than get stuck, for a long time, and be kind of put away in cages and prisons because you can't do something. Um, and so I choose to do that. Not everybody works that way, and that's okay. But a lot of people work that way, to tell you the truth, a lot. Um, and that's really, I mean, all those written recommendations on LinkedIn, now there's over 100, and about 95% say that they just really appreciate the sharing, the sharing aspect I've done in my career, in my life, and that inspires them. And it's not for me to be the model, inspire them, but hey, it inspires people, and other people inspire me. There are a lot of people I could spend my day here. I could spend the next 2 hours mentioning names of specific people that I've known in industry and in my career, and not just that, but associations, nonprofits, and personal life and stuff. I could spend 2 or 3 hours just going through names of people and saying what they've inspired me on. Um, and if I can just inspire one or two people, hey, I'm happy. Well, I've done a few more than that, okay, honestly, but and I've seen that grow, and so that's why I come down to these restaurants and do this thing with the background noise. You can hear people talking. Hey, that's life, folks. Not everything's this pretty, perfect thing with the super professional animations coming in on a PowerPoint and stuff. I do those too, but that's it's not life isn't and work isn't all about that. It's about advancing and moving things forward, And it's about people. A lot of it is more about the people than it is about any technology. That is about, you can have the coolest. Okay, I have said in lots of talks, 1999 and 2004, I've made these diagrams and said you can have the coolest technology, you can have the best state of the art technology, but if you if you don't have it documented how to use it, then it'll get shelved. And if you don't have motivated users that want to use it, it will get shelved, to be honest. And I've seen this happen so many times. But you can have a very average kind of technology or tool or whatever that's really well documented and how to use it and easy to show how to use it. And you get motivated users because they really want to use that tool or technology or app or what do you want to call this thing. Boy, that average technology, that average app will succeed. And it really comes down to all that. It comes down to people. It's not just technology, the technology hype growth thing. I've done talks about this, but it's about how people interact with that app and use it to be able to fill their own needs, to make um, it help them fill their needs and meet their needs and do something that motivates them and keeps them moving, and then they want to use it again. Um, and a lot of what I do is about technology stuff, and I spend more time talking about the I spend more time talking about the human computer interaction aspects of it than I do about the technology part of it, because that's what it's about. It's about people using it. And I'm not talking about money here. I'm not talking about, okay, just customer engagement and all that kind of stuff. I'm talking to just people using it, okay? Really using it. Sorry about the video games here in the background. That's kind of what it is in a restaurant, okay? But so I'll wrap it up here and say, that's really why I come to restaurants and do this. And sorry if I've taken 13 minutes to explain it, but hey, it's a story, telling a story and telling why. And it's not about, this 1 minute, 30-second pitch thing, because that's what I'm not trying to pitch anything here. I'm just trying to answer questions about why. So thanks for listening and give me feedback and let me know. And let's collaborate in whatever ways you can. Thanks so much.